understood that there was a murkiness, a complete lack of facts in the situation. So much of it just did not make any sense. This is the player on his way to becoming the best known athlete in the world. And he had a number of years down with the Angels where there wasn't the slightest question as to his integrity, honesty, any action he made. So this is pretty consistent with the Ohtani that we've known. And there's fact checking that will go on with all of this. But according to his assertion, he knew nothing until after the first game. He was surprised by it. And then you just have to question how the money got out of an account of his to the gambler. And I assume there's a concept called power of attorney where a person holding a bank account can grant another person direct access so they can write checks and everything else. And I assume that's what happened here.
Well, before this afternoon's information dump here from Shohei Ohtani, the MLB initially said they wouldn't launch an investigation, but a day later said it would. What does that indicate to you overall? Well,
I think they'll be swayed by what we just saw. And again, his areas of liability were if he bet on baseball, which he didn't, if money was transferred to a non-authorized bettor, which did happen, but it appears he had no knowledge of it. So again, the worry was that this would somehow taint his reputation, push advertisers away, reveal a whole Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde side of him. None of that after this statement should be a question.
You know, Lee, he made reference to the season. It's about to start, and now he just wants to allow his lawyers to take over that. What do you think the season is going to look like for Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers?
Having represented athletes for 50 years, I can tell you that their refuge and escape from off-the-field issues is playing. And so he will throw himself, compartmentalize, and throw himself into the season just as if this hadn't happened. And I think he was credible to the point where all the questions I've had for a week, he answered. Now, they're going to have to be fact-checked, but if what he said was true, then, as I said, it only leaves one question: how did the money get from A to B? And there's no way that a bank would allow someone to take $4.5 million out of someone else's money if he wasn't authorized. Now, the representations that the interpreter made to the bettor, I highly doubt that the bettor would have extended $4.5 million to someone who makes $100,000 unless he was making representations to the bettor that Shohei knew about this and authorized this. But if that's a lie, then it makes no difference.
There's still so many questions out there, Lee.
Lee Steinberg, we appreciate your time here this afternoon. Thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
All right.
And again, we've been...
The NBC4 News at 3 starts with breaking news.
Again, we've been following this press conference, following Shohei Ohtani's press conference in response to the illegal gambling investigation involving his former interpreter. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us at 3. I'm Annabelle Sedano.
And I'm Michael Brownlee. If you're just joining us, here's a portion of Ohtani's prepared statement that he read just a little while ago. We're going to get that as soon as we get to NBC4's Olivia Garvey. Olivia, are you with us?
Hi, yes, good afternoon to the both of you.
Olivia, can you tell us?
Yeah, it was upsetting. It was shocking. There were two stories coming into today. And of course, as I said yesterday, there are only a few people that really know what happened. And that's Ohtani. He wanted to come out here and talk to the media today, and that's exactly what he did. He did say that Ipe was stealing money from him and lying, and that was one of the stories, and he just confirmed that. It's upsetting. I'm going to read a couple of the things that he said on a personal note. I am saddened and shocked that someone has done this to me. This has been the guy that has been by his side for years.